What is phonological awareness? Music is a major part of my life, not because I have musical talent. You do not want me to sing a solo in the choir or play an instrument in a band, but because music is what motivates me, inspires me, calms me, and in general just makes me happy. I love all genres of music, but I find that I connect the most with country music. In my opinion, most country songs are stories. When I listen to the lyrics, I often relate to what is being said and connect to the story either directly or indirectly. I believe listening to these types of storytelling songs has some similar benefits to reading. Reading broadens our understanding of the world around us and the diverse perspectives and experiences of people. Reading also helps readers to connect to others that have similar life experiences, helping the reader to feel validation about their own experiences, opinions, and perspectives. For me, music can do the same thing. Today I heard the song Famous in a Small Town by Miranda Lambert. I grew up in a small town where everybody knew everybody, what they were doing, when they were doing it, and who they were doing it with. Someone was often talking about you, where they saw you, and what you were doing, good or bad. The whole town is like the paparazzi of each other. You can't get away with much in a small town, just like if you were an A-list celebrity in Hollywood. Listening to this song always makes me smile because it reminds me of my childhood. There is something magical about those critical adolescent years. But as I age, I often forget about the invincible, impressionable young person I was back then. I've changed a lot, but the foundation of who I am is still the same, a small town girl. Phonological awareness is similar to adolescence. It's a foundation, the foundation for reading and writing. It is essential and critical to build strong readers and spellers. But once you become a strong reader and speller, it is often forgotten. This doesn't make it less important. It's just that once a person is literate, phonological awareness becomes part of the past. Just like we need childhood in order to develop into a mature adult, we need phonological awareness to be able to grow into mature readers and spellers. So let's put our famous days aside and discuss how you can help your student build their phonological awareness foundation to support their literacy growth. The Simple Literacy Podcast is your one-stop shop for tools, strategies, resources, and lessons to support your student on their literacy journey. Every Tuesday, I will get down to the basics and give you literacy tips and tricks that make helping your student uncomplicated, easy to understand, and just downright simple. I'm Ashley Malakias, an elementary educator, passionate about helping find a way to fill the literacy gap in the education system. A mom of two busy elementary-age kids, a committed Orton Gillingham associate tutor, and creator of Simple Literacy. At Simple Literacy, I have one focus in mind: to cultivate a nurturing community empowered to advance literacy using the science of reading methods. If you are devoted to helping your student, join me at Simple Literacy, where literacy is simplified and student success and confidence are nurtured. You can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Pinterest to get weekly tips and tricks on literacy. Together, we can turn any dark clouds of frustration into a horizon of beautiful, sunny skies. On today's podcast, I will answer the questions: what is phonological awareness? How can my student benefit from it? And how can I incorporate it at home? Let's first address the question, what is phonological awareness? I'm going to give you the fancy schmancy definition first, and then I will share with you the way that it makes sense in my brain. In the book, Speech to Print, by Louisa Cook Motes, phonological awareness is defined as meta-linguistic awareness of all levels of the speech sound system, including word boundaries, stress patterns, syllables, onset rhyme units, and phonemes. In simpler words, this means being able to think about and manipulate the sounds in language and the rules they follow. Why does this matter to your student? Phonological awareness matters because it is the foundation for reading and spelling. Without it, it would be like building a house on sand. Words are simply letters and their corresponding sounds that change positions. Without a strong ability to manipulate the letters and their sounds, the words are all the same, just letters on a page with no purpose or meaning. However, being able to manipulate sounds and patterns in words allows students to build connections based on similarities and differences, allowing them to decode, read, and encode spell faster. A longitudinal study by Holm et al. 2015 followed children from preschool to early elementary school and found that early phonological awareness skills predicted later reading ability. This study underscores the importance of early intervention to develop phonological awareness skills as a means to support future literacy skills. Now let's get to the good stuff. How you can easily incorporate phonological awareness activities at home. My personal opinion is this does not have to be a major to-do. It can easily be slipped in as a conversation filler. Yep, super easy to plan and implement because the only materials you need are a little bit of time and your ears. If your life looks anything like mine, you spend a lot of time in the car with your child, driving them to school, an activity, the grocery store, the dentist, and the list goes on and on. These are the times when you can play a quick rhyming, blending, segmentation, or phoneme manipulation game. If drive time doesn't work, try mealtime or bedtime. Now that you know where you can slip in a quick phonological awareness game or activity, I want to give you 6 that are fast and easy to think of on the fly, and your children will love them. So the first one is called rhyme time. In this game, the first player says a real or nonsense word to start off. Then the next player must say a real or nonsense word that rhymes with the original word. And the game goes on like this until someone says a word that does not rhyme or they can't think of an unused rhyming word. If you want to keep track of points, all players get a point, but the person that the round ends on, the person who can't think of another word or says an incorrect word, does not get a point. Here is an example of it in practice. Let's play rhyme time. You come up with our starting word.
Tree,
Free.
he,
Me.
we,
Be.
he,
Glee. The second game has to do with blending sounds to hear the word. This activity is called sound blender. To play, you will say individual sounds slowly, and whoever can guess the word gets a point. Here is an example of this game in practice. Time to play sound blender. Are you ready?
yeah,
Okay. I'm going to tell you the sounds, and you're going to tell me what word they make. N, a,
name,
Excellent. U,
fume,
Fume. Excellent. That was a tricky one. W, I.
white,
The third activity is called stretch it out. This activity is the opposite of sound blender. To play, you will say the word, and whoever can stretch it out, meaning isolate each sound in the word, gets a point. Here is an example of it in practice. We are going to play stretch it out. Are you ready?
yes,
Okay, so I am going to say a word, and you have to tell me the individual sounds in each word. The first word, snug.
g,
Perfect. The second one, snip.
ip,
Snack.
a,
The fourth activity is called vowel sound stomp. For this activity, you will say a word, and the child or player's turn will stomp for each vowel sound in the word, essentially stomping out the syllables. Here is an example of this game practice. It's time to play vowel sound stomp. You are going to stomp out the vowel sounds that you hear in the words that I say.
okay,
Okay, so essentially you're stomping the syllables because a syllable is a vowel sound. The first word, combat.
combat,
Traffic.
traffic,
muffin.
Muffin.
The next activity is called Said Please. To play, you will say a word and then ask the other players to change one sound in the word. Here is an example of it in practice. Let's play Sub Please. Sound good?
Yes.
I'm going to say a word, then I'm going to tell you to change one of the sounds to make a new word in that word. The word is let. Change the O in let to n.
Net.
Change the in net to I.
Knit.
Change the n in knit to b.
Bit.
The final activity is I spy the sound. In this game, you will pick a sound and look for words in the area you are in that start or end with that sound. For example, if the sound you are spying is t, a player might say, I spy the sound t in table. Here is an example of this game in practice. We are going to play I Spy the Sound, one of my favorite games. So in this game, you are going to look for things in the area that we're in that start with the sound that we are focusing on. So our sound right now is going to be the R sound. So I am going to have you look for words that start with the R sound in the space that we're in. Are you guys ready?
Yeah. Oh, I spy the sound in red in the red hoop.
Awesome.
Ooh, I spy the sound in rainbow.
Wonderful. Okay, let me see. I spy the sound R in those reading books. R is in reading. These 6 games and activities are fun and easy to do with your student. One tip is to present it to them as just that, fun, rather than something they have to do. Once they buy into the idea that this is fun, they will be begging you to play with them more often than not. If you are interested in this list, email me at simpleliteracy@gmail.com for a copy. Thank you for hanging out with me today. I have loved sharing what phonological awareness is and how to use it in your home. I am devoted to helping you help your student. If there is a topic you want me to cover, please send me an email at simpleliteracy@gmail.com, letting me know what you want to chat about. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Pinterest to continue to learn about other ways to enhance your phonological awareness. And tune into my next podcast, Common Mistakes Parents Make When Trying to Help Their Student. I know, it is hard to accept that you might be explaining or teaching some critical components of reading and spelling wrong. But don't worry, I will not tell anyone. Listen to this podcast and all those previous mistakes will be erased like a quick shake of an Etch-a-Sketch. Until then, play Rhyme Time or I Spy the Sound on your next car ride. And remember, together we can turn any dark clouds of frustration into a horizon of beautiful sunny skies.